Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Just Us Here Being Real. So today's episode is going to be a bit different because you're going to join me to set my questions. Yes, I have a deadline and I have to set questions for an examination for my students. So I have to set my questions real quick and I don't really have much time, so that's why I'm just doing it now. I'm just trying to multitask and I don't feel like it's that bad because what I originally want to talk about today is almost in line with what I am doing. So I felt that I have nothing to lose at the end of the day. So let me just, here is my book. Anyway, oh, it's here. All right. So this is it. And I have other textbooks. Yeah. Today we're going to be setting questions from government. Yeah, government. Okay, so in case you don't know, I'm a teacher. Yes, I'm a teacher. I teach junior secondary school and senior secondary school. So that's like junior high school and senior high school. Yeah. I've been teaching for how many years now? I don't know. But I say 5 years. I was teaching before I got into the university. Kind of like a part-time teaching. No, full-time teaching. Then when I got into the university, that was 2018. I kind of like went into part-time teaching. So when we're on vacations and stuff, I go back and teach. But now I've graduated, and although I still have to go back to school next year, so this year I'm just teaching. Yeah, I just love teaching, so I just want to continue. Yeah, and my parents are into the academic business, so yes, you kind of do not have a choice. You have to teach, but they're not compelling you to. I just really love teaching. I just believe that teaching is interesting because if you teach, you're also acquiring knowledge. I mean, I'm teaching things that they taught me 8 to 9 years ago, and I'm refreshing my memory. So I believe that teaching is very, very nice and beautiful. But I didn't study education in school, like as a course. I actually studied law in the university. It's my first degree. Yes, and I got an LLB. And as I said, the next year I'll be going to law school by God's grace. Seriously, I'm not seeing that book. My God, I didn't bring it here. Okay, so I'll be going to law school by God's grace next year um to further my education. Yeah, to be called to the largest, most noble bar in Africa, the Nigerian bar. So let's just dive into it now. All right, so I'm not going to be writing the questions now because, yeah, I can't talk and write. Yes. But at the same time, I'll just try my best to, go through the curriculum, the scheme of work, or the course outline to find out the best topic that I would want to examine the students on. Okay, then I will just indicate them in my book while we talk. Then after now, when I'm not doing this, yeah, serious business. But it's gonna be way easy for me then because I'll just identify this part and just go straight to writing down the questions. Writing down the questions is not really my problem. Is having to research, the kind of answer that you want to receive from them. It's kind of like a teacher's thing. yeah. So let's just go into the whole talking stuff. Okay, so when I was doing the laundry this morning, this is Saturday in Nigeria and it's working day for your information. In case you're not aware, yeah, Nigerian Saturday is cleaning the house day, washing the clothes, doing the dishes, literally everything that you couldn't do through the weekdays. This is the only weekend day that you get to do it because tomorrow, as a Christian, tomorrow is service, and I would not want to wash clothes after church. That is not possible. I wouldn't want to do that. Okay, so I'm done with my domestic chores for today, so that's why I have time to do this now. Okay, so I was just thinking about a particular topic that came into my mind. My mom and my dad were actually discussing about it. Education, students always saying school na scam, school na scam. And the truth is that I also participated in it. I also participated in this advocacy. School na scam, school na scam. But I didn't really mean that academics or education is irrelevant. No, I meant that the structure, the school structure, the academic structure in Nigeria is really, really messed up. I mean, it needs to be renovated. It needs to be regenerated. We need AI to regenerate the system. It's really, really bad at some point. It's really, really bad because what they are expected to teach us that will help us when we leave the confines of the school is not what's being taught. Rather, they just teach us theory, 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 theory. I know it's important too and stuff, but I just feel like the academic system just needs to be a bit dynamic. It's too static, right? And the world is moving. The world is moving. You cannot be at a point. You have to just move to, introduce some relevant courses that is relevant in our today's society. Don't teach us ancient of this course. What is that? So the truth is that to me, school is not a scam, honestly. Then I was frustrated. I was frustrated. But school is not a scam, despite the system, the toughness, the harshness, the strictness of the system. School is not a scam. To me, academic is very, very important. Like academics is very, very interesting. Education, like if you're educated, it is very, very important. Now, when I talk about education, being educated, I'm not talking about you being educated in the confines of the school. If you're not opportune to be in the confines of the school, there are different ways you can actually get educated. So you can undergo self-lesson, homeschool. There are so many ways you can acquire education. At the end of the day, is to get knowledge, right? Knowledge is power, whether we believe it or not. Knowledge is actually power, and knowledge is what brings us to the spotlight, right? Knowledge is what brings. So even if you're a musician, you're an artist, you're an actor, whatever you are, is the knowledge of that particular thing that brings you to that spotlight, right? So that's why when people say education has scam, it is all about the skill, skill, skill. If you look at the skill very well, I mean, weren't you taught? Didn't you undergo training? And those trainings are like they are inculcating you with what knowledge, right? So they're still educating, whether you believe it or not. Education is really, really important, and I believe that everyone, especially the young people now, the teenagers, the young adults, should be very, very serious about it, right? Even if you don't have interest in teaching, you being educated does not mean that at the end of everything you be in a class teaching. No, you can be anywhere, right? It takes you anywhere. Yes, we all have talents, we have potentials, right? And the problem is that most of us just see this issue of education, schooling, as just a process of getting a certificate. Yes, you get certifications. At the same time, the most important thing is knowledge, is the knowledge you get from it. When I was in secondary school, high school, I was just this kind of person that I didn't actually like reading. Let me just say the truth. I didn't like reading. Like if I sat down to read, that was because we have a test or we have an exam. And I read so hard to pass. I don't really care about the knowledge. Just when I got to when I was about writing my WAEC, that's like the final exam that you need to write, right, after the whole 6 years in secondary school. So it was when I was about writing my work that I understood the essence of having knowledge on a particular thing. That even if you don't read on it, so far as you have like a prior knowledge, like a previous knowledge about that's exact thing. It's not be very, very difficult for you. And then I regretted and stuff. It was very, very bad for me. But I thank God I actually passed my WAEC and stuff. So when I went to the university, I was not reading, I was not studying with this mindset of passing. It's all about the grades, all about the grades, all about the grades. It's not really all about the grades. I was really, really concerned about the knowledge that I get at the end of the day, the ability to literally go outside and somebody sees you and asks you a question about that particular field that you claim that you studied in school and you are able to deliver. I'm not really grade driven. I'm not really price driven, right? I am more of legacy and impact driven. That is just me, and it has really helped me out, right? And also having to engage in things like teaching of students, things they taught me in secondary schools, is also opening my memory. And if you actually like understand this concept, if you're a teacher and you understand this concept very well, it's like all those things that they taught you in your younger age and stuff, most of us feel like it's not even important in this age that we are right now. The truth is that it's actually very important. In fact, it complements a lot of things, right? So I studied law in school and I'm teaching government now. I don't really need so much materials to like to study overnight, to study so hard in order to teach government. This is something that's at some point I am like very conversant with. And as a result of what I've learned in university and having to go through these books again and stuff, I'll just refreshing my memory. And this stuff is just like literally easy and stuff. So we learn every day, even from the smallest child in preschool, even from children in crèche, we literally learn every day. Having to teach students like from Monday to Friday, I'm able to understand a lot of things. My brain has been open to a lot of things, a lot of things. Believe me, when I was in secondary school again, I wasn't someone that liked reading novels. Even during my university days, I hated reading novels. I like the only part of literature, because I teach literature too. The only part of literature that I liked, I was comfortable just randomly doing, like randomly solving or stuff like that, is poetry, because something that you just have to read, understand, and apply the figure of speech to it. But now I understood the essence of actually reading all those novels and stuff. I've read a couple of novels, very, very interesting, and I've also learned few things from my students. And believe me, I am very, very grateful that I get to learn it. I mean, some students that will ask you a question that you have to go back and visit your book because you felt then it was not important. Like to me, I felt it was not important then, but now I've understood the importance of it and the rest. So, education is something that would never stop. It will never stop. So far as you're living, so far as you're here on this earth, you will surely be educated one way or the other. So don't just limit your knowledge of education to the confines of the school, or just what you learn in classes and stuff. No, education, being educated is far different from that, because anybody go to the school, even the dumbest of the dumb goes to school and comes out dumb if the person is not serious. So it's not all about the school. So when you say school na scam, you have to better understand what you're talking about, because school is not actually a scam, right? I know we all have skills, we all have talent, and we say, it's a place that your talent will take you to and stuff. Yes, but at the same time, let's just be truthful to ourselves. No matter how wealthy you are, no matter how famous you are, right? There are some places that you might have access to, but when you go to such places, due respect might not be given to you, because they feel like, oh, you are not on our level, right? Like you're not at our level, rather. And they just look and look down on you. Just imagine if you're actually an O level holder and you attend a meeting with professors, lecturers, I mean doctors. My dear, no one will tell you. You'll be intimidated despite the money you have, because you cannot be able to contribute, right? Contribute to some matters that is being discussed there. First of all, you might even be lost. Might be lost because you don't understand what they're talking about. So don't always be money driven, right? It's very important to create impact. It's very important to also, if it's possible within your reach, just try your best and be educated. Be educated is very, very important. And those certificates that you say they are not relevant, they are not important, and the rest. There's some places too that your certificate will speak for you, right? There's and what we call um res ipsa loquitur in law. It means let the document speak for itself. So there's a particular time in this life that you need to show your document as a proof that, okay, you are actually good for the job, you are actually the right person for the tax. So that's it. Thank you so much for staying with me. I ended up not even going through my notes. All right, thank you so much. And I just want to say something quick too. I want to especially thank those persons that have been staying with me so far. Believe me, I do not take it for granted. Thank you so much for engaging this video, the likes, the comments, and I really, really would want to see more comments from you. And remember, I just don't want to talk alone. I want you to give me your opinion, especially on this topic, school and scam. What is your take? Is school really scam, or school is not scam? Right? So I want to hear from you. Thank you, and do have a lovely day ahead. Bye.